88.5, 103.9, 102.5 Edge FM. 19 degrees in Melbourne, showers developing tomorrow, a top of 19. It's 5 o'clock. Good afternoon. I'm Tony Tardio. The parents of a man who went on a massacre inside a Bondi shopping centre over the weekend say they're heartbroken by his actions. 5 women and 1 man died in the stabbings. 40-year-old Queensland man Joel Couchy was the man behind the rampage. He was later shot dead by a police officer. His mother, Michelle, has told media outside their Toowoomba home they are devastated.
This is a parent's absolute nightmare when they have a child with mental illness, that something like this would happen. And my heart goes out to the people our son has hurt. If he was in his right mind, he would be absolutely devastated at what he has done.
The management of Westfield say their security processes will be reviewed in the wake of the tragedy. Police have now handed back the site to the operators, who say it'll likely reopen later in the week. A security guard was among the 6 victims killed. Centre Group Chief Executive Elliot Rusino says they're looking at ways to prevent this from ever happening again.
I think we need to recognise that a member of the team has lost their life. They are equipped with what they need to undertake their role in security, but it will be subject to a detailed review of what more can be done to potentially see different outcomes.
Bruce Lehrmann has lost his defamation fight, with a judge finding on the balance of probabilities that he raped Brittany Higgins at Parliament House. Lehrmann, who has always maintained his innocence, unsuccessfully sued Network 10 and Lisa Wilkinson. Federal Court Justice Michael Lee found he was satisfied sexual intercourse occurred and Ms Higgins did not consent. A lawyer for Network 10, Justin Quill, labelled the case an unmitigated disaster for Bruce Lehrmann.
Channel 10 turned up here and defended, at great cost, defended this case and defended Lisa's journalism and defended the project's journalism. And His Honour said, and this is a critical finding, His Honour found that Channel 10 deserved to be vindicated.
Further pro-Palestine protests are planned at Flinders Street and in Melbourne's northern suburbs of Broadmeadows as a day of action continues. At least 14 people have been arrested following action on Hoddle Street as well as on the steps of Parliament and in Port Melbourne this morning. Organisers say their action is aimed at hitting governments in the hip pocket as the conflict in Gaza continues. Zionist Federation of Australia spokesperson Alan Casuto says the message of the protesters is getting lost.
We have school groups that have decided to avoid the city altogether today. They were meant to be there on school excursions. It does nothing for the cause of advancing peace between Israelis and Palestinians.
The United States has ruled out a massive offensive against Iran in retaliation for the massive mass drone and missile attack on Israel. The attacks have sent the Middle East to the brink of all-out war, with the potential of dragging the US into the conflict. President Joe Biden says while American fighters have fended off the drone attacks, they won't be engaging in actual combat. In finance news, the share market down 40 points, the dollar buying 64.87 US cents.
Echuca Auto Group, the home of Kia and Cherry, Northern Highway Echuca.
After a shaky start, Collingwood star Nick Dacos says they're starting to see their DNA as the reigning premiers get their flag defence back on track. The Pies face a huge test against Port Adelaide on the weekend. Dacos says it's too soon to say whether Scott Pendlebury will be fit to play after fracturing his rib.
I think he's got a previous fitness this week. Probably got a few boxes to tick with training and whatnot, but he'll give himself every chance. He's the ultimate professional and, yeah, someone we all look up to for his professionalism.
Scotty Scheffler played a masterclass at Augusta to win golf's iconic green jacket for a second time. He cruised to a 4-shot victory at the Masters, finishing 11 under par. The English Premier League title race has been turned on its head, with Arsenal and Liverpool suffering shock losses. Manchester City now sits 2 points clear at the top of the table. It's 5 past 5. That's the latest in news and sport.
Fantasia with the latest in sport thanks to Powercore. Powercore supplying power to homes across Western Victoria. Pies star Nick Dacos says the side's premiership defence is building nicely, bouncing back from losing the opening 3 matches of the season to record back-to-back wins. Collingwood take on Port Adelaide this weekend, with veteran Scott Pendlebury in doubt to line up after hurting his ribs in the gather-round win over the Hawks. Match review officer Michael Christian has moved to clarify 2 different gradings for similar incidents over the weekend, where Crow Matt Crouch copped a week ban, while Port's Zach Butters escaped suspension. Christian says Butters was going for the ball, while Crouch elected to bump. And Hawthorn champion Jason Dunstall will become the 32nd player elevated to legend status in the Australian Football Hall of Fame. The 59-year-old is a 4-time premiership player, 4-time club best and fairest winner, and 3-time Coleman medalist. That's sport thanks to Powercore. Powercore's year-round vegetation inspection and cutting program is keeping communities safe.
The Lions Club of Deniliquin monthly market is held the 4th Saturday of every month. Find out how you can help or join the club by speaking to a Lions Club member today.
There's plenty of tradies that do a good job in this town. But if you want to be a tradie that everyone knows they can trust, call 5881 1811 and be a trusty tradie.
Duke's Farming are your farm contracting experts for the Southern Riverina. Maximise profit, minimise stress. Offering contract harvesting, cartage, float hire, spraying, disc banking, excavator hire and much more. Duke's Farming, success across our region.
Search Give Blood to book your donation with Australian Red Cross Lifeblood today.
102.5 Edge FM, your official emergency broadcaster. Edge FM weather.
Denny Clothing Co., your local workwear and uniform stockist.
Your 4-day forecast across northern Victoria and southern Riverina. We're in for a mostly sunny afternoon with a slight breeze in the air. Tomorrow, sunny conditions heading for a top of 25 degrees. Partly cloudy on Wednesday, 23, and to Thursday, partly cloudy again and an expected top of 22 degrees.
The Big Mac is the original mouthful, a one-of-a-kind flavour that now comes in 3 sizes.
It's 22 right now.